I know that so many of you don't like A-lister in her own mind, Blake Lively, but I want to thank her from the bottom of my heart. The Betty Boo's boss is giving me so much material and making me so much money. As I mentioned earlier, the Woody Allen apologist did not appear in court on Monday, but her lawyers did. And I've learned so much more about what happened in that pretrial hearing in New York. As I previously mentioned, Robin Lively's little sister was trying to get a gag order against her It Ends With Us co-star, producer, and director Justin Baldoni, but the judge, Judge Lyman, denied that request. Judge Lyman also told her that she could not request who would depose her. She was against his lead attorney, Brian Friedman, doing that. Well, Lively and her husband, as well as her publicist, who are all named in the same lawsuit, are making some new major headlines. Buckle up, because this is gonna be wild. Baby, the games have begun, and in court on Monday, the lawyer for the Plantation Princess said that an amended complaint from the Gossip Girl star is coming, and that the shampoo company owner is also going to be adding parties to her lawsuit. Dong, dong, dong. New complaints, new parties might include Taylor Swift or somebody else, but definitely high-profile individuals are involved in her amended lawsuit, which will be filed by Valentine's Day. Oh! The attorney for the newly minted C-lister said that he would be seeking a protective order through the court for future filings to protect the couple's celebrity friends. Her attorney did not mention Taylor Swift by name, but did say, quote, "We do believe there will be provisions in a protective order that will be appropriate in this case, given the nature of the allegations and the high-profile nature of some of the individuals who will be involved." Her attorney added, "There is a significant number of high-profile individuals on both sides. In particular, addressing the interests and needs of third parties is going to be very important in this case." Her attorney says that he would plan to seek protections we believe will be very important, particularly in a case where there's been a significant amount of leaking materials. We do intend to propose a protective order in this case. Judge Lyman agreed and said that even before there were other parties, that you already got a lot of high-profile people involved, said the judge. Baldoni's attorney says that he would be prepared to agree to a protective order. The term protective order includes any injunction, restraining order, or any other order issued by a civil or criminal court for the purpose of preventing violent or threatening acts or harassment against, sexual violence, or contact or communication with or physical proximity to another person, including any temporary or final order issued by a civil or criminal court, whether obtained by filing an independent blah, 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 blah. Okay, what exactly this protective order will do? TBD. My guess is just making it harder to leak things. If you're a legal expert, what is your take on this? What does this potentially mean? Let me know in the comments section. But there's a lot more we previously did not know about Monday's pre-trial hearing. Let's get to that as well. Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, pleaded with the judge to move the case forward as quickly as possible because his client was suffering greatly. But Lively's attorney, Michael Gottlieb, vehemently denied the claim that Lively was purposefully dragging her heels in the lawsuit. Lively's attorney criticized or maybe even attacked Baldoni's, saying that he, Brian Friedman, made comments outside of court which had challenged the character and integrity and truthfulness of Blake Lively. The attorney for Ryan Reynolds' wife cited a People magazine interview in which Baldoni's attorney said that Lively has a, quote, pattern of bullying. Blakey's lawyer also argued that the leaking of raw footage from their movie It Ends With Us was particularly concerning because it could start an arms race whereby lawyers have to appear in the media to fire back at every disclosure. I would love that. Quote, if there's no guardrails in place, we, the attorneys, have to go out on shows, arguing on shows what a particular document or video means. Baldoni's lawyer fired back that statements had not been a one-way street and tried to walk the court through a number made by Lively's lawyers. After listening to them, Judge Lyman said that Baldoni's attorney, quote, went a little bit further than Lively's lawyers. The judge then added, quote, my expectation is the parties will comply with their ethical obligations. I don't expect this case to dissolve into satellite litigation over the comments of a lawyer. Both have said a lot in the pleadings that give the public plenty to feast upon. Thank you. His lawyer, though, argued not to sound like a 4-year-old fighting a 4-year-old, but they started it. But once somebody says something, it becomes fact. There's no way to fight against it. You start to lose things without the ability to have the court's adjudication. This was not started by us, asserts Baldoni's attorney. As for why the judge doesn't want to move the trial earlier than its scheduled start of March 2026, he says, I'm not going to do that. I'm convinced the parties need the time for discovery. But if it turns out that this ends up being litigated in the press in a way that would prejudice the opportunity of a fair trial, one of the tools the court has is to accelerate the date of the trial. That's not something that is out there. I don't want to do that. We want that. We want that. Lively's lawyer also talked about discovery and how there will be a significant amount about how Baldoni and the other defendants used the media to shape and push forward their retaliation strategy. Blakey's attorney also said that there would be material on individuals who may have been paid for taking certain positions in public. This is going to be a very difficult thing to prove because I truly believe that a lot of social media and traditional media started writing the articles they did because of what they saw organically. I don't believe there was an orchestrated smear campaign initiated by Justin Baldoni. And Baldoni's attorney told the court that his Wayfarer Studios production company had lost hundreds of millions of dollars since her orchestrated smear campaign against him, and that his publicist and crisis PR expert had also lost clients. These parties are suffering greatly, says his lawyer. It's so important from our client's perspective of having a future livelihood to move forward as quickly as possible. His lawyer also said that the New York Times defamation case that he filed in California would be dismissed because it had been added as a defendant in Baldoni's case in New York. Blake's attorney claims that Baldoni's smear campaign has been devastating for her and she's eager to have her day in court. This is a lot. Let's discuss together in the comments section.